Top Chef All Stars LA, episode 10. Whoever, final 6, cutting down to final 5, and then next week we will jump right back to the final 6 when we have our final chef return from Last Chance Kitchen. By the time I'm recording this, Last Chance Kitchen wasn't up yet, so I won't have any update from that just yet. So we'll just have to wait and see who comes back next week. All right, let's get into our challenge. We started off with a pastry themed quick fire. This one was, I didn't really find it that intriguing. Our chefs, they had to do the blindfold taste test, and honestly, I found that more interesting than the actual quickfire challenge. So the challenge was blindfold taste test, guess the most ingredients, get the most time, and we end up with dessert challenge. The desserts were kind of all over the map. You know, some people just didn't have enough time to complete what they had set out for, so they end up with a failed dish. In the end, Melissa wins. She gets a advantage for the elimination challenge, which really was just her assigning which role each person played in a 6-course Japanese meal. So each chef would cook one course, and winner gets a trip to the Tokyo Olympics. But I'm not exactly sure how that's going to work now since the Olympics were canceled. I don't know if they're going to be held next year, so maybe our winner of today's episode gets a trip to Japan next year. Overall, our chefs were very disappointing today. We had 2 that were clearly the top, 1 clear winner today. I would say out of all the episodes this season, this is the one episode where, as a viewer, I was like, yep, Stephanie won. The end. There was no question. The judges didn't even look like they debated. It was just, yep, Stephanie won. And she had our dessert course, made a little lemon shell pancotta, I'm going to call it, with a bunch of other citrusy, fresh flavors in there. And everyone who took a bite of it absolutely loved it. So congratulations, Stephanie. She's kind of been, I would say, to the bottom half-ish all season long, but one of those people keeps doing enough to stay around, and then at this point in the game to get a victory really gives you a chance at still winning this whole season. So congratulations, Stephanie. Enjoy your trip to Japan, and you're in the top 5, which is going to become the top 6 again. Our other person who was safe today was Brian Voltaggio. He did our appetizer, just a scallop, and he just seems like a person who's very attentive to details. So this sort of Japanese style meal seemed like was kind of aimed for him. So not surprising that he did well, not surprising he was safe today. And then out of our bottom 4, I really felt any of the 4 could have been the one going home. We had Malarkey, who served a lukewarm soup that didn't really work, and then on top of it had one flavor in there that was extremely overpowering. We had Melissa, who had a very well flavored dish, but she failed at the consistency. I forget what it was called, mushi didn't set properly, and then on top of it she had crab shells left in the dish, which the judges were not very pleased with. Who did I miss? Gregory really missed his seasoning and flavoring. He did the rice course with a little bit of broth that was supposed to flavor the rice, and no flavor. And then finally, Karen, who ends up being our person who was sent home at the last time that it was one shot to get back into the game for Last Chance Kitchen. She goes back for the one shot again, and I was a little surprised by this. You know, throughout the episode, they showed that she was struggling to get her duck cooked properly. It looked like she was just using like some metal pans with some charcoals in them. And I was sitting there thinking, how is this what she has to use to cook? This seems ridiculous. She has a bucket with some charcoal in it, and she's cooking. That does not seem right to me. So Karen got just eviscerated at the judges' table for her technique. Uneven cook, not crispy enough skin, uneven cuts on the duck, and sent her packing. I really thought that we were going to see Melissa get sent to Last Chance Kitchen. I'm glad she didn't. She's one of my favorites for the season. I will be rooting for Melissa and Gregory for the rest of the show. Hopefully one of them can take it home. I think they've both just done a great job all season long, and I like to see the people who do good throughout, actually win the show. I always think it's silly when, we have one person who does well all season long and another person just kind of does a little bit better at the end and they end up being the winner. So rooting for you, Melissa and Gregory. Pick it up and take this thing home. All right, that is it for this week. I will be back again next Friday Thursday for more Top Chef. And thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you later.